We gotta ask you what's in your wallet, right? It's Drew Blazsik. Good morning, Drew. Hey, Drew, how you doing?
Good. Good morning.
You know, it's such a kind of, right now, just a middle of the road kind of existence right now. You know, not much excitement, not many ups and downs, but what's going on the money side?
Yeah, there
Well,
you go.
you know, first of all, I'm kind of accused that I kind of bring bad news to the radio station on Friday mornings.
Yeah, right.
So I got some jokes for you. Okay.
Oh, good.
Great.
All right,
Okay.
hey. Why did the banker switch careers?
Why did that? I don't know.
Switch careers.
Because he lost interest.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes,
Okay, that's
yes,
good.
okay.
Okay,
That's good.
Well, one more. Why was Pharaoh's daughter such a great investor?
Pharaoh's daughter said because she was, I don't know.
Because she went down to the bank and pulled out a little profit.
Oh, there you go.
That's pretty good.
Now that's a home run because it's connected, it's good, it's
Yeah.
historic, and it's religious. So you like hit all, you checked all
And
the
it's true.
boxes.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's
really.
true.
Yeah,
That's
it's very
true.
true.
She did go down to the river and pull out a profit. Very nice.
So I was going to bring up about central banks, a little history about central
Yeah.
banks. But
Now
first,
tell us what central banks first. What is a central bank?
a central bank is the one that controls the money supply for a country. And,
Okay.
and the first central bank ever was in Switzerland in 1694 or 1668. And but first, I want to talk about Thomas Jefferson and then St. Thomas Aquinas.
Okay.
So this is what Jefferson said. He said, I sincerely believe that banking establishments are more dangerous than standing armies, and that the principle of spending money to be paid by posterity under the name of funding is but swindling the futurity on a large scale.
Wow, is that
Wow.
insightful?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, really, I mean, and now our main thing is banking. Like the main profit is making money off money.
No, exactly. And then he said the issuing power of money should be taken from the banks and restored to the people to whom it properly belongs.
That's crazy talk.
That's crazy talk there. Bank paper must be suppressed and the circulating medium must be restored to the nation to whom it belongs. And the last quote is, certainly no nation ever before abandoned to private individuals the regulation of its medium of exchange. So, Father Fahey, who I mentioned about money manipulation, he talked about St. Thomas Aquinas. So he said, according to Aquinas, money is a means, not an end, and should be regulated according with justice. He argued that money should be an instrument of, or should not be an instrument of exploitation of usury, but rather a tool for facilitating exchange and supporting the common good. So,
Put it in right order there, yeah.
So he had 3 points about Aquinas. And the first one is the control of money should be in the hands of legitimate public authority rather than private interest that manipulates it for personal gain. So why is that the case? Money is not a good. Money is not like you created a good and we want the market, supply and demand. You don't want public authorities with that. Money is a legal thing, and it should be given just to the government. And right now, since this is private for the Federal Reserve, we can't audit them. The government has no authority.
Right, yeah.
And then we cannot hold the government responsible for issuing too much money. Now, here's the biggest lie that was presented, I think, from the Fed at a certain point. When you think of inflation, what do you think of?
Rising costs.
Rising prices,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's the incorrect way to look at it. Inflation has always meant the inflated money supply, and prices going up was a result from it.
Oh, okay.
So they made us believe because if prices go up, that's inflation. But it's really because of them.
Because they're putting more money into the system.
So
Well,
that's
it's
why
two ways.
called
That's not
inflation.
backed by
That makes
anything,
sense,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So we put more money and then it costs more. There's too much money chasing too few goods. But if you had a war that happened, then the prices would go up. That's inflation. Prices go up, but it always goes back down once supply gets under control. So here's something interesting. So I mentioned the central banks. The first one was the Riksbank, 1668. So if money is in the hands of private incentive to make a profit, does the private bank have an incentive to fund kings back then to do what?
War. Yeah, right.
Imperialism. So let's look at these central banks. In 1668, the first bank was a public central bank, and that was Sweden, I forgot what I said earlier, but Sweden, they were not an imperialist country.
Right.
They were more neutral in global conflicts, and it was more of a regional conflicts. Right. Then you had the Bank of England, 1664. That was a private bank.
Yeah.
That was an imperial power that went all over the world.
It was good when there was war. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you had the Bank of France. That was a private bank, imperialist. Then you had the Bank of, let me see what else. Oh, the Central Bank of Finland. That was a public bank. They did not go around the world. Yeah. If you go down this list, I mean, I listed every single one. You could do the research on it and maybe fact check me if I'm wrong here. But every one that was a private bank, and it went from, look at the National Bank of Belgium. It was a private bank, and they went, I don't know if you ever heard of the Congo, what happened.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
They extracted all the resources, and they say 1 million people died because there is an incentive to lend to the king to do something, and then they can make a profit from it.
Collect that, collect the bounty, collect the, right.
So I really think if we follow St. Thomas Aquinas' words, that it should not be left to private individuals who have an incentive to make a profit. It should be up to the government so we can regulate, and we can make sure that it has stability of prices.
He always explains things so I can understand them.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, it comes down to this. The world has enough natural resources and enough of everything to provide for the needs of everyone on the world.
And one last thing,
just not everyone's greed. Right?
When did the Bank of England go down in their imperialist their might?
After the Revolution? Or?
It was after the 1950s, right?
Oh, after the 1950s.
Guess what? The Bank of England became a public bank in 1947.
Oh, wow.
And France did so right after that. And then who does the conflicts? America, and we're the private central bank.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a connection? I don't know.
Yeah, sounds like
I'm
it.
just saying.
Yeah.
Drew Blazsik from Adrian College, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for, informing us on all that interesting stuff. Inflation. Yeah.
Hey, and when you see Adrian, tell her we said hello. I don't know who she is, but man, she's got a college name.
Yo.